You're live with Geeta Guru-Murthy. Now, it is a Christmas conundrum for more and more people. Turkey or tofu? Crispy crackling or courgette? Well, this year, an increasing number of families will sit down to eat their Christmas lunch with at least one relative eating a meat-free version. In the UK alone, all major supermarkets now have a vegan Christmas line of food. Two friends who've decided to navigate this new culinary world are writing a collection of essays to act as a guidebook called Think Like a Vegan. Well, Eva joins me now from Toronto, and Amelia Lees is here in the studio. Welcome to you both. Amelia, just let me start with you. What is this book aiming to do?
It's aiming to show people what vegan ethics look like, and to show them what it would look like on an everyday basis so that they can feel comfortable talking about it, understanding it, whether they are vegan or whether they have vegan friends, and they can understand and perhaps give it a thought.
And Eva, why did you become a vegan?
You know, I was a vegetarian for a number of years, and as soon as I could make that connection that all animal products, dairy, the clothing we wear, are connected to the same exploitation that a steak or a piece of meat had, it was very easy to make the decision to go vegan.
Why dairy, though? Why is dairy exploitative?
Well, it requires the same sort of exploitation I mentioned as meat. So animals are going to be bred and raised for their products. They're going to be used, and all of this we find to be unjust and unfair because it impedes their rights and freedoms.
And Amelia, is it perhaps, I mean, the argument against it, I guess, is that you are prioritising the rights of animals over everything else, including human health. So for young children, for example, it's incredibly difficult to find balanced diets that young children will eat, which are vegan.
Well, actually,
especially at Christmas.
Oh, well, we all find difficulty eating a balanced diet at Christmas, but the NHS and all the major health organizations around the world all agree that having a varied vegan diet is perfectly healthy at any stage. Whether you're a child, whether you're a pregnant woman or old, it's absolutely healthy. As long as obviously you're not just eating chips and pizza. But if you are eating chips and pizza as a non-vegan, that would be pretty bad also.
I have to say, my children are vegetarian, and at Christmas time they basically have roast potatoes and vegetables. And you know, they still have to have supplements sometimes because they don't get everything they need from just even a vegetarian diet. What are your new ideas for Christmas lunch, especially if you're not going to have turkey?
Well, gosh, there are a variety of products if you want to do that. I mean, and really the only supplement that you need is a B12, but we could all do with a B12, whether or not we're vegan. But there's lots of products, but there's like tofurkey, for example. That is a classic. That's what we'll be having. It's a product made by the Tofurkey company, and it is
so it's tofu.
Wheat and tofu based, yes. And it's a roast type thing if you want to have sort of a central roast.
Okay.
But you can
Eva,
also...
what about you in the US? I mean, the US has got masses of products, hasn't it, on kind of the non-meat type. What are you suggesting, and what are you eating for Christmas?
I'm actually in Canada.
Okay, in Canada, sorry.
I'm actually quite envious of some of the options that I see Emi posting on her Instagram and whatnot. But still quite a few options. I find in my city in Toronto, lots of the vegan restaurants kind of provide meals and lunches for people who don't necessarily want to do the cooking if they're not as versed in vegan cooking at home. But I myself am quite lucky. I'll be celebrating Hanukkah on the 25th, and vegan latke is very easy to make with the substitution of a vegan egg, and sufka and yolk, the donuts that we celebrate with as well, very easy to veganize because it's mostly just flour, sugar, and oil.
Okay, yes, I mean, all religious festivals basically involve a lot of eating for Hindus, like my family too. But Amelia, some people, including my husband, would say, oh my goodness, these vegan products, they don't look very appetizing. I know there's a lot of choice out there now with quinoa and all sorts of substitutes and soya, but they're not that tasty.
Some are very tasty. Just like with any product, there are very tasty ones and not so much. But if you don't want those products, then you could roast a butternut squash. That makes an extremely beautiful presentation. You can stuff it with a variety of other vegetables, lentils, and you can make all sorts of things with just straight up vegetables.
Eva, do you think this is all just a bit of a fad that, you know, young people, a lot of people are kind of into all this stuff at the moment, but it's just passing?
No, not at all. I think we're kind of seeing the popularity and the boom because of the exposure and the availability of it. And so people find it easy to think that it's something people will jump on for now, but might switch over to later. But just like as Emi and I share in our book, we think it's very important that we focus on the ethics and the animals, because that keeps people around in veganism much longer than just, what's available in the store.
Okay, Eva, Sharon Ludes and Amelia Lees, lovely to speak to you. I hope you have a wonderful festive season, whatever you're celebrating. Thanks very much for watching. You're live with Geeta Guru-Murthy. Thanks to you all for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye for now.